Hello. Right now I am working on a tattoo design for tomorrow's appointment. But I'm excited about this one because it's an opportunity to do like a real psychedelic-y, funky type, like I've been wanting to change up and evolve. So I'm gonna be taking a picture of this and putting it onto my iPad to clean it up and do any little changes and make it into a really nice image for a stencil. But I just kind of want to do this for funsies, shade it in. I drew this in with this red pencil, just lightly. Then I busted out this felt tip marker or pen. And I refined the drawing on top of that. I'm shading these in like sun rays, but I just had an idea if it was just rainbow color throughout. That's gonna be it, yes. Now I'm working on it on my iPad. Now I am gonna sit down and do some editing for my Instagram and Shorts and TikTok, the vertical videos. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might be familiar with the sunflower and strawberry project. So I'm gonna be working on that today. I've already released part 3, the final part for now. So I just need to make a little vertical time-lapse video of it. Since I'm caught up on drawing, I digitalized it and cleaned it up so it's ready to go as a stencil, and all I'll really have to do is color it for tomorrow, which I'll probably share that with y'all this week. Some tattoo stuff. I'm getting to that point where I'm getting in a groove and figuring out like what kind of content to post. Not really what kind. I'm just getting in a groove and I'm like, oh, I can make content about me making content like this, like you're seeing right here. And I'm also doing a time lapse on my phone because I decided I was gonna try and do like mini daily vlogs on TikTok, which I'm trying to post on there. I'm getting back in the groove. I started posting sometime last year and then I just fell off and just didn't get on the app for 9 months. And Instagram Reels. So it'll be like the short version of what you see on my vlogs, like here on YouTube, except it'll be like a 15 or 30-second real quick video of like stuff I'm doing throughout the day, because it varies, it ranges. Like earlier I did some hand drawing, I did some digital drawing, I did some outside work and some prep for my flower garden, as well as watered my little seedlings. I don't even think I have showed y'all yet, and now you've seen them. Then I came back in here and now I'm editing, so I'm like, why not share what I'm doing on a more personal level on Instagram? Because for the longest time I was like, well, no one cares about me or my life, all they care about is tattoos. And now it's like, hey, part of the excitement for me is just sharing everything with whoever wants to see it. So now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna post tattoos, I'm gonna post flash, I'm gonna post houseplants, my garden, I'm gonna post me and my husband and my pets, and I'm not gonna hold myself back anymore. So now I'm getting more into the groove of posting more everything instead of trying to compartmentalize everything and put myself in a box on Instagram. I know a lot of content creators say that you should have a niche and you should stick to one thing, but it's honestly up to you if you want to buy into what others are saying or not. If you're like, well, I don't want to just talk about one thing, or I don't want to just do one thing, not even in social media, but in life in general, if you want to do more than one thing, you can. You can still have that thing and something else instead of this or that. It's this and that. And honestly, y'all, I am just now sinking my teeth into what that really means, because I've gone one spectrum to the next spectrum, totally black and white, totally this or that. At one point, I felt guilty for wanting to spread my wings, and it's this and that. That's my tidbit on that. I'm gonna crack into this subject way more wide in the near future. Also, if y'all been keeping up with my videos, you'll see the first couple ones that I posted, I expressed that it was pretty hard to edit and manage everything and integrate it into my life, and it has become easier, I want to tell y'all. And that's what happens when you stay consistent at something instead of quitting whenever it gets tough, because the toughest part is the beginning, because you're so new at it, you don't know what you're doing, you're fumbling around, because it's like a baby taking its first steps, you know, it's wonky and wobbly at first. You got to find your grounding, and you have to trust yourself, and with that you build and you get better and better, and when you get better and better, it's even more enjoyable, and when it's enjoyable, that is exactly what the point is. If you're not enjoying the process, then you might have expectations that might be harmful down the way. I'll get more into that too. But for now, I'm gonna get to work on this, and I'll talk to y'all later. That's a huge reason why I wanted to make a YouTube, on top of many other reasons, is you gotta make those reels short. You know, I guess you don't got to. I've tried making reels that are like a minute long. I just like to keep it short and sweet these days after trying this and that. And it's pretty easy to do a short reel, and it's satisfying knowing if I want to share something more in depth, I always have YouTube as a platform to do that. I'm gonna make it a habit to come outside and mess with my flower garden, vegetable garden, and my houseplants that I put outside. That way I'm making sure to make time for myself. After my meditation, it's like a prime time for me to come outside and just get some sunlight, get some grounding, get my nervous system all relaxed for the day. Get a little exercise by squatting. Right now I'm just squatting, you know, getting up, getting down, and moving around. I still have a bunch of seeds left. I had to soak them overnight, that's why they're in water. So I've got 3 pots of them, and I might plant the rest in the ground directly and see what happens. I'm not sure yet, but maybe we'll mess with that later. We're back indoors now. I'm gonna work on this. So relieved that I have the drawing done for it. It's easy when I'm excited about something though, but I gotta figure out how I'm gonna color it. I have some ideas. Thinking about, hopefully should be down, but doing these rays rainbow, and that's all I know right now. The person who is getting this tattoo is traveling from Amarillo. It always makes me feel a little extra warm and fuzzy when someone makes a trip just to get tattooed.
So I want to make this awesome for her. I always want to make my tattoos awesome for everybody who wants to get one. Doesn't matter if you're traveling in or not. I've been thinking about getting some work done again myself. I was gonna get my butt tattooed next because it's like the biggest blank spot on my body other than my entire left leg, which I'm saving up. But I've got a lot of tattoos on this arm here that I got when I was very young, and I just had $60. Walked into whatever tattoo shop was closest, and I've left a lot of my arm blank, big spots, because I just don't want to keep adding to it whenever I think I want to blast over it. If you know tattoo lingo, you know what a blast over is. It's just going over whatever's there. It's not a cover up. It's not trying to cover whatever is there. Whatever is there will be seen, but the blast over is so bold and dark that that's really what your eyes go to. So maybe this year I'll start that, who knows?
Good morning, friends. Someone wants to come inside. Yesterday was so fun. I mean, it was a pretty involved tattoo. My hand feels a little bit sore today. Shout out to Ace, he took that tattoo so well. It took longer than it usually would take for a tattoo that size, but it was super detailed, super colorful. Back of the calf, I'm super excited to make more designs similar to that. This week I'm kind of stacked. Today I have an appointment with my friend. She has a reoccurring appointment with me every single month. And today we're gonna be working on her chest. She's already got something going on, and she's really not a fan how it abruptly stops, and I will show you. So my plan is to do some kind of floral just to make it not as harsh as a transition to her chest. She did say she wants a chest piece eventually, and if I had it my way, I would just have her wait until she's ready to do her chest piece. That way I don't have to work around that later. But this is something she's really wanting, and I definitely want to do that for her. I'll show you what I got later. Tornado watch, and I'm collecting this sweet, sweet rainwater. Cactuses and succulents over there getting watered for their first time, essentially. I watered them like twice during the winter. I'm glad their first spring drink was rainwater. What a fun week it's been. It's funny, yesterday when I was drawing up that design on the iPad for my friend, I was just coming up with some ideas and giving her some options. Her and I were on the same page when we first talked about it, and then once I got on the iPad to draw it, I was like, there's no flow, I can't do what we were talking about. And then so I did something different. We got to the appointment and I showed her, and she was like, no, this is what I was wanting, the flowers and this and that. And I was like, I know. It's like, we were totally on the same page. That's what I wanted to do too. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just start drawing on you. And y'all, I just started drawing. It just started coming out. I didn't have to do any adjustments or anything really. And my friend slash client was like, oh my God, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So I just needed to draw on a body because since it was on an iPad, it was a picture of her, but it was on an iPad, so there was no dimension, there was no fluidity. It was a super fun day and I love tattooing her so much. I'm glad I get to spend time with her and tattoo her every month. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around, and if you're not subscribed yet, do me a solid and click that subscribe button. Shoot this video a like and drop me a comment. I always respond and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. See y'all soon.